I heard the nightmare is over. And Jesus, this energy fan, oh my god. We got the death card as the central card of the reading. And when I asked for a clarifier, we got the Nine of Swords in reverse, and that was when I heard those words, the nightmare is over. And I had to look up the meaning of this flag, and I had to look it up by finding the Rider-Waite version to see what it was. And it's this 5-petaled flower, white on black. Because we also got the Queen of Wands in the initial spread, and it looked like she was holding the same thing, but in the Rider-Waite, and both the Death and Queen of Wands cards came out in both decks, and she's actually holding a sunflower, which is a different item, and that's why it's important to check the original symbolism if you're feeling drawn to a particular detail, because it might be pointing you to something. But I had to look up the symbolism of what this means in the Rider-Waite, and the white symbolizes hope and innocence and new beginnings, like rebirth on the background of the black flag. As you can see in this version, this is the representation of the old world order that the death card is coming in to remove. And this is what this spread is talking about, and this is why I'm saying this energy is huge, huge. Now, this doesn't mean that the external world is going to immediately change, but this is talking about an internal shift. So if this is for you, you're going to know what I'm talking about, where you have recognized these internal states of disempowerment that you have been living within are done. You are no longer outsourcing your authority. You're not giving away your free will to be used for evil purposes. You have reclaimed that, and it has taken such a journey to get here. Like you have to have been at this for quite a while. And I'm thinking about that 6-year window that people are talking about that we just closed out. My fingers fell on the 6 of Swords as I said that. This is really speaking about the end of karmic contracts and the closing of karmic loops, and the ends of defending ourselves as the way of holding ourselves protected, when what we actually needed and now have is regulation of our own nervous systems and projection of energetic boundaries outside of us. So instead of us holding on to mental constructs and energetic pain in order to force the world to not let certain things come towards us, which actually attracts those things towards us, we have now embodied and reconnected fully with the animal nature within us, with our nervous systems, with that which connects us with the earth, in a way that has allowed us to slowly but surely make progress. It's the end of this dysregulated, intense, fast, mind-based energy, and we are now in our Queen of Wands era. And when I first saw this, I saw her blowing a dandelion clock. Sorry, I don't know what you call that in other countries, but it's after the dandelion flower has been pollinated, and then it turns into those little seeds that you and set out into the world. And as a child, you're taught to make a wish while you do this. And when I was meditating on the energy before the reading, what I felt was that, and sorry, just to note that that was why I saw the similarity with this death card, which does actually symbolize new beginnings. And you can't hope for new beginnings. You don't make wishes if you're not hopeful. And this is what I was feeling before I got into this. There was an energy in my heart that was painful, and I only activated at the point that I was moving up my meditative channel, and it was just about to get to the third eye, and we got to the nose, and there was something about the sense of smell. And it was blocked, and it was like this hope for things being able to get better wasn't able to make it to the third eye, where we can imagine things in a new way, because something had been blocking it and telling us that's not possible. And that was this paradigm of the old world, this don't pay attention to your senses, ignore the information that's coming in through your body. And now that we are not doing that we have surpassed that, this hope, this energy from the heart is making it up into the third eye, where we can imagine a world that is more loving, more just, more kind, more connected, more within our power to manifest. Because there's a whole storyline playing out down the other side here, where we have the Death card, the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, the 5 of Swords in reverse, the Tower, the Emperor in reverse, and we'll stop there before we go on to the other ones. But this to me is the end of this legacy of conflict, and this is the Tower moment. This is where we are expelling these constructs from within us of what our masculine and feminine energy should be doing, where we're in this imbalanced masculine controlling energy, and we are moving into this new way of being. But in the interim, we had to work really hard at getting out of these imbalanced energies of self-sacrifice and not feeling our feelings. We had to allow the work, do the work, for the last 6 years. As I said, I feel for many of us it is. And I'm noting that there's 6 pentacles down this side and there's 6 pentacles in this card. And as you can see, they're not evenly spaced, they're not balanced. And the 5 cups, there's 2 on one side and 3 on the other. There's just this work to bring balance back to what was missing. And we got on the lowest level of the initial spread the 2 of cups, which is the balance of that masculine and feminine energy, the 3 of cups, which is the reuniting with others, and the end of this blocked path that we had been experiencing to these things. And as we moved over into the other end, we got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and I was wondering, was she upright? When I turned her upright, it felt wrong, and when I put her back in this position, I heard Queen of the Underworld, and that is this journey, the 6 of Swords journey that we've been going through. And the Judgment in reverse, which again is speaking to me of the underworld energy. The Judgment is about bringing up the souls from the past, all these past energies, as we become the pilots of our own ships. Again, the Chariot speaks of the Merkaba, the light body, the soul's vehicle in this life. And when we are in balance and we are driving it ourselves, that yellow, our solar plexus energy, that is the we are making the future happen. I just saw 619. Which is, as I looked it up once when it felt like it was resonant, and it's speaking to me now, is about dreaming a new future, imagining a new future, one that we want. And the Queen of Pentacles, the High Priestess energy came out, and I was guided to put her all the way off by herself, and I was like, I'm not sure why this energy is so separate right now, but I had to go and meditate further on the energy while I ate a sandwich because I was feeling so anxious. I needed to ground. This energy, like I say, that was coming up, that wanted to get to the third eye, but it kept going back down again because there was this block that was like, but what if I'm wrong? But what if I'm wrong? And it's this is the nightmare that we're talking about. So maybe we're still in this right at this moment, but I think most of us have passed this threshold. We may be back and forth at a few more times, back and forth across it a few more times, but enough that we already know we're past it, and there's just maybe some little last slivers to go back and get and bring with us. But it's that we are now able to truly channel. Our entire channel of energy is clear. And as we are able to do this, we are bringing through these dreams of the new earth into the physical world. And whoo boy, do we need it, because this anxious energy, it's what happens when there's creative power, life force with nowhere to go. And if we feel like I shouldn't have this, I'm not supposed to have power over my life, I'm supposed to give this, and we think mentally, where should I put this energy? We're going to go through all of our programs, which are the things that told us in the old world how to be. When we take responsibility for our own life force and we become the channel, we take that energy and we put it where it feels like it needs to go. And when I say feels, that's the most important part. It's not where we think, it's where it wants to go. We become the channel for the energy to move. So now is a time of creativity, putting our efforts to work, starting to make and build the things in the world that we want to see more of. And the more that we pay attention to this, the more that we are working within that toroidal field that our heart space creates throughout the world around us, instead of getting caught into the mental loops, the more that we are changing. We are the imaginal cells of the new earth. We are broadcasting the frequency of what's to come and what we're building right now. So I feel like I want to ask for a guidance card just to close this reading out, and for some reason I've been called to the Urban Crow Oracle, which generally is a pretty rough go of a deck. But what's the guidance moving forward from this point, or what's the closing message? Why was I called to the deck? Oh, there we go. It is communication on the day 9:06 that Mercury stations direct, and I think is beginning to move forward very shortly. Yeah. We've got to be communicating to the universe, to the algorithm, what it is that we want, and that's the point. Now that we have reclaimed our own energy, that's what we're doing. Now that we're not outsourcing it to systems outside of us and saying, you do what you want with this, we're now saying, no, I think I'm better equipped to take that energy and do what feels right to me. So yeah, that feels like the message. Keep doing what you're doing, keep dreaming the new earth, keep believing in yourself and each other, and yeah, the nightmare's over. It's time to dream the happy ending / happy present moment, because all the time is right now anyway. So thank you, I love you. Private readings at the link in bio if you're interested, and either way I will see you again for another reading in the future.